Hello, queens and kings. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I'm really excited. Today we're on this pattern. We're not going to finish the tutorial on this video. We're going to have another part coming up. The beads that I'm using are plastic beads. I love plastic beads. I love the fact that they are so hollow inside. The size, they're around about 2 millimeter size. So I decided that we should use, it's the same pattern, but I decided that we should make this dominantly off-white or cream pattern. I like it. So I have my thread, my needle, and my upholstery thread over here. I'm not coming over here. And then I'm going to use a single thread, meaning that at the end, I didn't tie the two threads together. I just tied a knot on one thread. So as you can see, it's going to be an interesting one because we're going to do a frame and a border simultaneously at the same time. So now let us start with our foundation. Our foundation will be brown because that is the frame around our belt. So I'm going to start by picking up one brown bead. I'm going to create a stopper bead whereby I'm going to push it at the end next to the knot, and then I'm going to insert my needle in the opposite direction, and then I pull, creating a loop around this bead just like that. So now I'm going to pick up 16 brown beads. And here I have my 16 beads with me. And then I'm going to push them at the end. Now I'm going to turn and build on top of the foundation. So because our thin frame is brown, every time when we're going to turn, the first two beads that we're going to pick up are going to be brown because of our thin frame. Okay, so every time when we turn, we have to have 4 beads in total. Now remember, because of our thin frame, our first 2 beads are going to be brown beads every time. And then in relation with where we are within the pattern, we're going to, the last 2 beads, remember our first 2 beads are going to be 2 brown, and then we're going to pick up 1 cream white and 1 brown. 2 beads which are going to be a constant with this pattern of our thin frame every time when we turn. Then 1 cream white and 1 brown. Remember, our beads have to be, we have to have 4 beads in total because we're turning. And then I'm going to count from my right to my left. And then I'm going to count 4 beads. And on the 4th bead, that is where I'm going to insert my needle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On this 4th bead, that is where I'm going to insert my needle, and only on this bead. And then I pull. I pull. Pull at the bottom and at the top towards the direction in which you are moving. And then I'm going to pick up 3 brown beads. Here are my 3 brown beads. Then I'm going to do the same. By same, I mean with our calculation. Going to count 4 beads, and on the 4th bead, that's where you're going to insert 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth bead, that is where we're going to insert our needle here, and we pull. We only pick up 4 beads when we're turning, when we're at the corner, when we're turning. The rest we pick up 3 beads. Now we're going to introduce our diamond. Every time when we introduce our diamond in the center. So I'm going to pick up 1 brown, 1 cream white, and 1 brown. 1 brown, 1 cream white, and 1 brown. Going to do the same with our counting, where we insert our bead on, in or on the 4th bead, or in the 4th bead. Prepositions when it comes to English grammar, Aishem, it's a struggle. The on, the ins. Okay. Now you're going to pick up 1 brown and 2 white. On the sides, can I just bring it here and explain it? On the sides, we have our triangles. And in the center, we have our diamond. So with referring to this 1 white bead, that is the triangle. We're going to introduce another triangle. And at the center is our diamond. So we're going to have on both sides, we're going to have our triangles, and in the center, we're going to have our diamond. So now I'm going to pick up one brown and 2 white. 1 brown and 2 white. I'm going to do the same with the counting, and I'm going to insert, sorry, I'm just going to show you in the bead that is right next to our stopper bead, and then I pull. So I'm just going to flip it like this. I like moving from my right to my left, but I think you can do whatever you're comfortable with. You can move from left to right, depending on what you're comfortable with. Okay, so now we are turning. Remember, for this pattern, our thin frame, every time we're turning, the first 2 beads is going to be the color of our thin frame, which is our 2 brown beads. So we're going to pick up 2 brown beads and 2 white beads. 2 brown, 2 white. Then you insert your needle into the central. Okay, let me explain the central just quickly. Remember the last 3 beads that you picked up and you inserted your needle. Okay, so from the last 3 beads that you picked up, the central bead, which is this bead in this case, so that is where you're going to insert, for this stitch, where you insert your needle and the number of beads are going to be constant. That is the principle of the stitch. But depending on the pattern that you have, which also relates to your creativity, it's the color of where you're going to insert the color of your beads will be the only thing that will depend on the pattern. But the number of beads, every time when we turn, we have to have 4 beads. Every time when we're moving in the center, we have to have 3 beads. Those 2, they are constant throughout with the stitch. But because we're doing this pattern, that's how our colors come in. So now we're going to pick up 1 brown and 2 white beads. That's the colors. The colors that are determined by our pattern. But with this stitch, whether you're doing a triangle pattern, whether you're doing flower pattern, whether you're doing an arrow pattern, whether you're doing a line pattern, but when you use the stitch, 2 constants, where you insert your needle and the number of beads, they have to be the same. But the pattern will only be determined by the color of beads. So now I'm going to pick up 2 cream white beads and 1 brown. My 2 cream white beads and my 1 brown. This one is giving me a problem, this one. Insert into your central bead like this, and then you pull. How's everyone doing? This is the last week of the year. You know what I like about humans. I'm going to pick up 1 brown and 2 white. 1 brown and 2 white. I like how we all pretending that the minute it's going to be 2021, all our problems will be over. Honestly, for me, I honestly see it quite interesting. Okay, we're turning. Every time we turn, we pick up 4 beads. Because we are in this pattern, our first 2 beads will always be our brown. So we're going to pick, in this case, we're going to pick up 2 brown beads and 2 white beads. I insert and I pull. Hey, 2021. All our problems will be over. I like that. That's really interesting. But you know, we have to hold on to the little hope that we have. Okay, so now we're going to pick up 1 brown and 2 white beads. 1 brown and 2 white beads. I'm going to insert it here in the central bead, and then we pull. Now I'm going to pick up 3 white beads. Here are my 3 white beads. Beading makes me so calm. Please comment down below and please tell me how beading makes you feel. For me, it makes me feel so calm. And I can tell because you know how I can tell? I always have songs that play in my head. That means I'm relaxed. Okay, now I'm going to pick up 2 white beads and 1 brown. By white beads, I mean cream white or off-white, depending on how you might call it. It's not pure white, it's creamish white. So 2 white beads and 1 brown. I'm going to insert it here. This bead, and then we pull. There we go. Okay, I like to flip it. Okay, now we're going to turn. Our constants all the time are going to be our 2 brown. In this case, we're going to have 2 brown and 2 white. I know it seems like every time we turn, we're going to pick up 2 brown and 2 white, but please do not cramp that because the The last two beads are determined by where you are within the pattern. So will be the times where we won't pick up two whites after picking up the two brown. So it's two brown and two white. And then we insert our needle, the central bead, and then we pull. You see, if we look, our diamond is being expanded. So now we're going to pick up 3 white beads, 3 cream white beads. Here are the 3 cream white beads. This is a nice pattern because you use only 2 colors. I like when I have to use 2 colors. It's quite simple. Now I'm going to pick up 3 white beads, 3 cream white beads, 3 white beads. Please comment down below and tell me how beading makes you feel. Does it make you feel calm? Does it make you feel at peace? Does it make you feel frustrated? Please comment. I would like to know. Let's talk about it. So now we're going to pick up 2 white beads and 1 brown bead. Here are the 2 white bead and 1 brown bead. Then I'm going to insert my needle here and I pull. And then I'm going to flip it. Now we're going to turn. So our first 2 beads, we have to have 4 beads in total when we turn. Our first 2 beads, it's a given. They're going to be our brown beads. But with where we are with the pattern, we're going to pick up 2 brown beads, 1 white and 1 brown. You see what I meant by not cramming when we turn. So 2 brown beads, 1 white and 1 brown, like this. And then I'm going to insert my needle here and I pull. Now I'm going to pick up 3 white beads. By doing this, I was introducing the next triangle that will be next to this one. This triangle is not complete because it's just the beginning. So now I'm going to introduce, by this 1 white bead, we were introducing the next triangle. So now you're going to pick up 3 white beads. 3 white beads. Insert my needle here. And then I pull. Then I'm going to pick up another 3 white beads. I miss picking up my beads on camera. 3 white beads. Then I'm going to pick up my other 3 white beads. Here I'm moving because we are in the middle of the diamond. So it's all white beads. 3 white beads. Remember, our constant is where we insert our needles and where the number of beads. Those are the constants, the principles for this pattern. It's that time again, the corner. 4 beads. Our first 2 beads are going to be our brown beads. And then we're going to pick up 1 white and 1 brown. like this. 2 brown beads, 1 white and 1 brown. Then I insert my needle, then I pull. And you pull at the bottom, it's a tip, and then you pull at the thread towards the direction that you're moving, or you can pull any way that works for you. Now I'm going to pick up 3 white beads real quick. Then I insert my needle here. I just want to get to the end, and then that's where we're going to stop. 3 white beads, oopsie, and then sorry, insert my needle, and then I'm going to pick up 1 brown bead, 1 brown bead, and 2 cream white, 2 off-white beads like this, and then I'm going to insert needle here, and this is where we're going to stop for this part, the first part. Yes, so for tomorrow we're going to finish off the first diamond and introduce the second diamond, the same with the previous diamond tutorial. We're going to finish the first diamond, finish the 2 triangles on the sides, and then introduce a new diamond. Thank you so much for watching, Queens and Kings. See you tomorrow for the part 2. Beautiful. We're going to complete it nicely. This is a nice pattern. I like it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. See you on the next video. Bye.